Caitlin Clark, who Angel Reese, obviously, there's a big story over the weekend. She kind of hip checked Caitlin Clark in a way and pretty much said, hey, listen, Caitlin Clark is not the only reason why people are tuning into the WNBA. Seems to be a little bit of a feud going on there between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Jalen, your thoughts?
I love this. I absolutely love this. Yeah, Caitlin Clark's getting a lot of hate, but man, is this fun to watch. The physicality. It reminds me of old NBA basketball. I'm loving this.
So I also think this is good for the WNBA. I think it's good that we have a word of rivalries. I think it's good that these women are not on their hands and knees thanking Caitlin Clark for pretty much everything she's done, which is raising everything a level to the WNBA. And I do disagree on Angel Reese on this though, where she basically said that Caitlin Clark is not the only reason why people are watching the WNBA. Well, maybe that is the case now that people have actually started watching it, but they started watching it because of her.
I agree. No disrespect to the WNBA though. All of them, every single player on a WNBA court can cross me up, dunk on me. Dude, I'm not saying that has anything to do with that, but Caitlin Clark just being as great as she is, put eyes on the product.
And I would be remiss before we move on with this topic and say, and I know you'll be watching this, Josh, but and I've told you this before, there is no bigger advocate of women's sports, not just the WNBA, of women's sports and knowledge of women's sports than my normal debate partner on the show, Josh Hunter.
Shout out Josh, we love you, buddy.
So, with that being said, I don't think the WNBA is doing Caitlin Clark though any favors here. I think that the league should embrace her more than they are, but I also think in another way they're doing the whole league a disservice because they're not helping out Caitlin. They are by getting her on TV and all this stuff, but she's the only one being put on TV and marketed, not the other stars. But then they're giving her the hardest games on her schedule.
So, so here's my thing. I like the fact that nobody's kissing Caitlin's feet because everybody is like, oh, screw this girl. Like, I like this because this brings out the competition, which brings out more watchable TV. And this is all just great entertainment, which is what sports are supposed to be. This reminds me of like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark remind me of some like Bird and Magic, like back in the '80s, getting
And
physical.
I've heard that conversation today. And maybe it's our old school because we both grew up in the 2000 basketball. But am I the only one that kind of thought that wasn't a hard foul? Like
No, I thought it, when Caitlin said, "Oh, that's not a basketball play," it absolutely is. It
I
absolutely is.
I didn't think so at all. I thought that was clean. I thought that was borderline, not a foul.
That was a basketball play. That was a basketball play. I don't care what anybody says.
No, I completely agree. I think that what we've seen in the NBA is too much bitching from potential future NBA champion Luka Doncic, and the NBA has cleaned it up, and they pretty much said, "Hey, go play. We're going to swallow the whistle," and the WNBA is doing the same thing.
I'm here for it. I love it.
So, um, any other thoughts on Caitlin on the league? I said Jalen. I haven't really got your thoughts on this. Me and Josh talked about this a couple weeks ago. Is there a scenario? Because I think the WNBA has an opportunity here. And for the record, I'm going to be very disappointed if they don't do this because I think they'll miss their mark completely. As soon as the NBA Finals ends, you need to get your marketing machines out and you need to start marketing the WNBA because their season doesn't end till I believe October. The WNBA can be what baseball is supposed to be if they do this right.
I agree. I agree. I hope they do because I like watching Caitlin Clark. I like watching Angel Reese. You know what? How it makes me feel when I watch Angel Reese go to a ring finger and tap it. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, let's go. This is awesome. I hope so. I hope so. And Pat McAfee. Let's talk. Can I address that a little bit?
Go ahead.
So, it was not a disrespectful comment. Everybody who blew it out of proportion, it was not disrespectful by Pat. It might came off like that, but anyone who watches Pat McAfee knows Pat's an entertaining
What
guy.
filter? Those Pat doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about at the time. It just comes out.
No, absolutely not. And he apologized. Even Caitlin Clark said, "Hey, man, I know what you meant. I got it." Everybody blew it out of proportion. All he said was, "She's a bad beat," and she is. She is cold, meaning she's great at what she does. She's a stone cold killer. She's great at her job. That's what he meant. So the media blowing all this on Pat, that wasn't the intention. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, again, all you need to know about the WNBA is they got like a over 100% ratings increase from last year.
Damn.
So, and that was also, by the way, college basketball as well last year. Caitlin Clark completely taking over. I think the WNBA, their highest viewership was like 400,000, or I could be off, but they got like 1.2 million for the first game.
Man, Caitlin's special. She's special.